Have you ever pondered the mental toll of high-stakes competition on our celebrated athletes? In the world of sports, we often focus on physical prowess. We marvel at the speed of a sprinter, the agility of a gymnast, the stamina of a marathon runner. Yet beneath the surface of these physical feats lies a significant and often overlooked aspect of athletics: mental health. As spectators, we see the wins and losses, the triumphs and defeats. We see the sweat and the grit, the physical exertion and the toll it takes on the body. But what we don't see are the mental pressures athletes face. The pressure to perform, to meet expectations, to constantly push their boundaries. This pressure, while it can serve as a motivating force, can also lead to significant mental health challenges. Imagine for a moment standing at the starting line of a race. The crowd is cheering, the adrenaline is pumping, your heart is pounding, not just from anticipation, but from the weight of expectation. This is performance anxiety, a common mental health issue among athletes. Then there's the scrutiny. Athletes live their lives in the public eye. Every move, every mistake, every moment of weakness is observed, analyzed, and often criticized. This constant scrutiny can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. And let's not forget the pursuit of physical perfection. Athletes push their bodies to the limit, often at the expense of their mental well-being. The pressure to maintain peak physical fitness can lead to unhealthy behaviors and negative self-perception, further exacerbating mental health issues. These are just a few examples of the unseen challenges in athletics. The mental health of athletes is a complex issue, one that requires as much attention, understanding, and care as their physical health. Behind the prowess and the medals, there's a hidden battle that athletes fight every day. To delve deeper into this issue, we've sought the insights of renowned mental health experts and sports psychologists. To fully comprehend the psychological strain athletes face, we need to understand the unique challenges they encounter. Experts explain that athletes are often under immense pressure to perform at peak levels consistently. This pressure doesn't only come from coaches and teammates, but also from the athletes themselves, their families, and even society at large. In the world of sports, there's a culture of pushing boundaries, constantly striving for better, faster, stronger. But this relentless pursuit of excellence can take a toll on an athlete's mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and in some cases lead to burnout or even the use of performance-enhancing drugs. The psychological strain doesn't stop there. The fear of injury, the disappointment of defeat, and the stress of maintaining a public image also weigh heavily on athletes' minds. They are expected to be strong, resilient, and infallible, but they are human beings first, susceptible to the same emotional struggles as the rest of us. And let's not forget that athletes often have to make significant sacrifices. They have to forego typical life experiences, like attending college or spending time with family and friends. They are also often uprooted from their homes and thrust into the public eye at a young age. These factors can cause feelings of isolation and loneliness, further exacerbating their mental health challenges. Yet despite these challenges, mental health support in sports has often been overlooked. Athletes are taught to shake it off or push through the pain. But these approaches can be harmful when it comes to mental health. It's crucial that we shift this narrative. Mental health experts and sports psychologists emphasize the importance of providing athletes with the psychological support they need. They stress the necessity of mental health awareness, open conversations, and adequate resources to help athletes manage their mental health effectively. So it's clear that the psychological aspect of sports is not something we can ignore. It's not just about physical prowess, speed, or agility. It's about the whole athlete, body, and mind. As we can see, the psychological aspect of sports is just as crucial as physical training. Athletes are often seen as invincible, but beneath that veneer of strength, they too grapple with mental health issues. Think about it. The world of sports is a high-pressure environment. Athletes are constantly under the microscope, scrutinized for their performance, and expected to be at their best at all times. It's no wonder that they too, like anyone else, can succumb to mental health challenges. One of the most common mental health issues athletes face is anxiety. The pressure to perform, the fear of failure, the intense competition, all these factors can trigger anxiety. And let's not forget, anxiety can be a crippling condition that affects not only an athlete's performance, but also their overall well-being. Depression is another silent battle that many athletes fight. The physical demands of training and competition coupled with the emotional strain of constant scrutiny, can lead to feelings of sadness, loss of interest, and a lack of motivation. It's a dark cloud that can overshadow even the brightest athletic careers. Eating disorders, too, are a significant concern in the world of sports. The emphasis on body image and weight, particularly in sports like gymnastics and wrestling, can lead to unhealthy eating habits and a distorted body image. These disorders aren't just damaging to an athlete's physical health, they can also take a significant toll on their mental well-being. Now let's listen to what sports psychologists have to say about these issues. They highlight the importance of acknowledging these challenges, of understanding that mental health issues are not a sign of weakness but a part of the human experience. They stress the need for support, for open conversations about mental health in the world of sports. Mental health does not discriminate, even the strongest can struggle. This is a truth we must all acknowledge. Athletes, despite their physical prowess and their seemingly invincible persona, are human. They too have their battles, their vulnerabilities. The silent battle of mental health is one that many athletes face, and it's a battle that deserves our attention, our understanding, and our support. Physical fitness is a cornerstone of sports, but what about mental fitness? It's a question that's often overlooked, yet holds a pivotal role in the world of athletics. Just as an athlete trains their muscles for the physical demands of their sport, they must also condition their mind for the mental challenges they will face. Mental conditioning, in its essence, is about building mental resilience, a kind of psychological muscle that can withstand the pressures of competition. It's about the capacity to remain focused in the face of distractions, to stay motivated during times of hardship, and to maintain confidence even when the odds seem stacked against you. Sports psychologists have long recognized the importance of mental conditioning. They've developed strategies and techniques that athletes can use to enhance their mental resilience. For instance, visualization, a technique where athletes mentally rehearse their performance, can help to improve concentration and build confidence. Mindfulness, a form of meditation, can aid in stress reduction and enhance an athlete's ability to stay present during competition. Another key aspect of mental conditioning is managing emotions. Emotions can run high in sports, and athletes must learn to navigate these feelings effectively. Techniques such as cognitive reframing, where athletes learn to change their perspective on stressful situations, can be beneficial in managing emotions and maintaining peak performance. It's also crucial for athletes to develop a strong mental game plan. This involves setting realistic goals, creating a positive self-dialogue, and developing coping strategies for when things don't go as planned. Let's not forget about the role of rest and recovery in mental conditioning. Just like the body, the mind needs time to recharge. Adequate sleep, proper nutrition, and time away from the sport can all contribute to mental well-being. In the end, it's clear that mental conditioning extends far beyond the court or the field. It's a vital part of an athlete's training regime, shaping not only their performance, but their overall well-being. Mental conditioning, it seems, is an indispensable part of an athlete's arsenal. So, what can we do to support our athletes in their mental health journey? Athletes, like the rest of us, are human. They are susceptible to the same stresses, the same mental health challenges, and the same emotional battles. Yet their unique position in the public eye often brings additional pressures, and their mental health needs can often be overlooked or dismissed. This is a situation we must change. It's time to open up the conversation. We need to create a culture in sports where mental health is talked about as freely as physical health. This means creating safe spaces where athletes feel comfortable sharing their struggles, where they know they won't be dismissed or penalized for showing vulnerability. From sports psychologists to mental health counselors, we need more professionals who specialize in the mental health of athletes. These professionals understand the unique pressures athletes face and can provide the specialized support they need. But it's not just about having these resources available. It's about making sure athletes know they're there and feel comfortable accessing them. We can all play a part in this. Coaches, teammates, parents, fans, we all have a role to play in supporting the mental health of athletes. We can start by simply being there for them, by listening, by showing empathy. We can educate ourselves about the signs of mental health struggles and reach out when we see someone in need. We can advocate for better mental health resources in sports and make mental health a priority in our own sporting communities. Let's learn from the mental health professionals who are already making a difference in sports. They're showing us that it's possible to provide the support athletes need, that it's possible to create a culture where mental health is valued as much as physical prowess. We have the power to change the narrative around mental health in sports. We have the power to make a difference. And it starts with acknowledging the problem, understanding the need for change, and taking action. Remember, a healthy mind is just as important as a healthy body. Let's champion mental health in sports.